Hello viewers, it's your girl Ruby Fangirl. So for part 2 of this Beauty and the Beast marathon, I'm going to be talking about the OG classic and personally one of my favorite Disney movies of all time. And that's of course the 1991 classic Beauty and the Beast. So yeah, I'm not going to go into too much depth in this because we all know this movie so goddamn well. It's like one of the most popular Disney movies during the 90s. Because while The Little Mermaid was the one that started, the Disney Renaissance, it was this movie that truly, a lot of fans agree that, yeah, this one should have definitely, started this whole thing up. So, and do I agree? Why, yes. Of course. I'm a massive fan of this movie. When I was a kid, I used to watch this movie for hours. I mean, what you're seeing right here, this Blu-ray right here, this is one of the oldest Blu-rays I ever have. And honestly, I'm surprised that these things haven't got scratches yet. I did, rewatch it a long time ago, so, yeah, it's fine. So, I'm just gonna talk about, the characters and I'll give you my personal opinion, because we all know the characters. It's just, I don't really need to explain because everyone knows this. So start off, we're gonna be talking about, of course, the beauty herself, Belle, and she's just awesome. She's awesome. Look, I don't care about the whole Stockholm syndrome that people are talking about. Before we get to that, let's just talk about her character first before I get to that part. So yeah, we'll get to that just a little bit, because the reason why I say that she's fantastic, because unlike the other previously Disney princesses, she's the first one to one, stand up for herself and speak up for what she believes in. And she literally also stand up to a freaking monster, so props on you! And also, she's became the very first role model Disney princess. That's just freaking awesome. And what about the whole Stockholm syndrome thing? Look, if it's a joke thing, that's just fine, because I think it's freaking hilarious. But a lot of people are saying it's if they're talking about it a lot more serious, I'm watch the movie again. Use your brain and look at it. Because she ran away once when she was done with the Beast's shit. So, and also, later on in the movie, the Beast lets her go because, well, her father was in danger. So, technically, no, it's not Stockholm syndrome, okay? Ugh. Yeah, I don't know why the internet's like this, but we have what we have. And next up, we're going to get to our next character, the Beast himself. And can I say, it's one of my favorite, Disney designs, ever. I mean, look, I literally have freaking Funko Pops of him. He just looks freaking awesome. And fun fact, most of the monsters that I like to create as, a hobby for art is based off of him. Holy moly. I love, his design. Well, even though, he started out as a jerk, because, I mean, he has to turn to a monster because of this reason. But, oh my god. I do really like his design mostly, so. And also, I do like that how he changes. He starts from a jerk until he meets Belle, stands up towards him when he's just become an absolute jerk. And then he comes, a lot more nicer as, the film progresses and starts to fall in love with her. So, yeah. So, really good character arc right there. and next we're going to get to the main antagonist himself, Gaston. And I'm going to admit, he's a really enjoyable villain. Unlike the live-action remake, they just made him awful. I'll get to more on that once we get to that video. But for this Gaston, he's great. He starts up from a jerk to one of the most terrifying villains ever. Well, I mean, not as terrifying as Frollo, but one of them. Because, I mean, literally, he's just a monster in general. Handsome on the outside, but a complete monster on the inside. If you could probably tell that Adam Toros is definitely inspired by Gaston, mainly because he's a monster on the inside. Yeah, because, seriously, do I need to go further in that? Ruby fans know about this, and even the Ruby fandom always keeps saying that. about like who's who basically when the Beauty and the Beast category, because there's a lot of references like in RWBY that has Beauty and the Beast. Like I've seen a lot, but more specifically the fight scene. They pay homage like to the original Beauty and the Beast fight, and even though they amped it up a bit. So yeah, like props to you guys. It's because that like the Bumblebee versus Adam is fantastic, and also if you want me to do like a fight analysis on that, please like and subscribe. That will really be appreciated because I'll go bananas over that fight. Anyway, back to the topic of Gaston. He's just one of like the best villains ever. Because, well, I mean, he's a hunter. He's after Belle mainly just for her appearance alone because she's the beauty. I mean, Belle literally translates the beauty in French, so it makes sense. But then after he realizes that she's falling in love with an actual beast, he decides to kill the beast so he can have her. Like, that's just terrifying in her own way. Basically saying, if I can't have her, no one will. Yeah, every time I say that line, that's just terrifying. Like, literally terrifying. So, yeah. So that's like the three main characters that we mostly follow the story. There's other characters, but we're not going to get to that because I just want to stick to the three main characters that we mostly like follow like in the story. Is it still good today? Yeah, of course. I mean, after all the shit that we're putting out, like, that Disney's putting out, like, this year and last year, and then literally ever since 2020, yeah, it's fair to say that this movie's just a classic. And it definitely sticks to its name as Tale as Old as Time. And that'll be it. So, I would like to know from you guys, what do you guys think of this movie? Did you love this movie as a kid, or even as an adult today? I would like to know. And then now we're going to be talking about, in our next video, well, more specifically in 2 weeks, because we're going to be taking a teeny little break with the 2014 Beauty and the Beast, the first remake that we're going to be talking about. Yeah, did you know that there was a remake? Yeah, we'll get to that in a couple of weeks. So, I will see you guys in the next video!